Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name's Mark Love, and we've got a chilly, kind of a windy day this morning. You can feel winter in the air, that's for sure. Today I'm going to be walking around a 2025 Verona. This is the 36 VSB floor plan. Brand new coach with the propulsion exterior, the paint job, really nice looking paint job. The Veronas are all built on the M2 106, and actually they call it the M2 106 Plus now. There's some safety enhancements with the Detroit Assurance package on these new chassis. Let's go ahead and walk around the outside. We'll start here with the engine compartment. Now, this is the 8.9 liter Cummins. It's a 360 horse with 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. With that rating, you can pull 20,000 pounds with this model. The nice thing about the Super Cs is the ease of getting into the engine. You can see all your fluids. You got your coolant, your windshield wiper, your water separator, air dryer there, air filter right there, and you can even step right inside the chassis here when you're working on it. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer, people just love the Super Cs. Over here on the other side, we'll take a look. You can see we've got our power steering filter. This is actually our fuel filter, the water separator. Fuse relay right here, very easy to get in there and check your fuses if something's not working. Dipstick for your oil. It's all easy to access. And again, with this 360 8.9 liter, they're built for towing. It's nice when you've got a heavy load to have the engine over the front tires. They don't wander as much. It gives you better steering, just a better towing situation. Then this hood, it's got some nice struts on it, so if the wind comes up like today and it blows this over, it's not going to slam down on your head if you're in there working. In fact, you kind of have to help it down to get it closed. Okay, let's move down. By the way, this green thing people are going to ask me about, this just indicates that we've got it winterized now. It is cold enough that we're winterizing all of our coaches, and we expect to see our first snow real soon. One thing about these Freightliner chassis, they've got some great features. Here in the mirrors, they are breakaway mirrors, and you know, maybe you get too close to something and you bang a tree branch, it's not going to bust, it's going to fold in. Or if you've got a really tight entry into your garage or your barn, you can close those up. And if you notice, there is a CB antenna on top of that, which is a nice feature. It doesn't have the CB with it, but it's easy to add. I'll show you where that is when we're inside. Another thing I've always liked about the M2 is getting in and out of the cab. They give you some nice skid plates here. If you've got maybe some snow on your shoes, you can scrape them off. You got good grab handles, and it's easy for somebody that's not really tall to step up into this cab. While we're looking at the cab here, I'll point out a couple of things. First of all, on the seat, it is an air ride seat. So you can see how that'll air up or down to whatever you want it when you're inside. You have a battery disconnect right here, and this is your chassis battery switch. So when you do go to store it, just remember to shut that off right there. Fuel fill is on both sides. This has a 100-gallon fuel tank. It's two 50-gallon tanks that are connected, so you can fill them from either side. And then your DEF fill is right here. That's a 6-gallon DEF tank. We also have a place right here if you want to plug in to preheat your engine. As we move down the driver's side, this first compartment's our battery compartment. Now, the one on the left, that's our chassis starting batteries, and the lithium batteries on the right, this is an upgrade, it's an option. This has 3 100-amp-hour lithium batteries, and also it's got 3 200-watt solar panels up on the roof. Again, both of those are options, but if you're out dry camping, maybe you're using this to go snowmobiling in the winter, you've got plenty of power to stay off grid for a few days without worrying about running out of juice. If you do need to charge those up, you can fire up your generator. Like I say, you've got 600 watts of solar on the roof, help keep those topped off, so you can stay out in the woods a long time with that. This next compartment back has our 250 diesel aqua hot. This is your hydronic heating system. So this is going to burn the diesel from your fuel tank, and it's basically a heat exchanger in there. You have a glycol loop, you've got a diesel burner, there's also an electric burner to heat that up, and this provides your hot water and the heat for the coach all right here in this compartment. And it's nice that they give you a little bit of extra storage over there. And the other thing I talk about a lot when I bring up the Renegades is their compartment doors. You can see it's a dual latch system, very heavy duty door, easy to close, and they stay closed. I've said it before, I think Renegade makes one of the best compartment doors in the industry. Okay, over here we do have black and gray tanks, so 75 each on those. Not a lot of storage down there, but I suppose you could get a few items down there if you needed to. This is our water compartment. Now it does have a power hose reel. It's manual out, power in. Right there's your button for it. You can see we've got a whole house filter right here, low point drains. This is your outside, shower, I guess you'd call it, or a water hose where you can hose off your dirty bikes or dirty dog or something like that. And you also get the monitor panel right here, tell you your battery, your fresh, your gray, your black. Tank fill, city water right here. Your black and gray dumps are right here in an enclosed heated area, so you don't have to worry about freeze-ups. Here's where you do your flush. You got a cable input right there. Just a really nicely designed water compartment. This is your outside shower hose. And then as we walk back to the rear of this coach, you can see we've got our 8,000 watt diesel generator. Now that's enough to run both of the air conditioners and the microwave all at the same time. And then beside that, they even give you a little place to store your sewer hose. And then this back compartment, it's got your 50 amp power cord. And again, this is a manual out, but you do have a power rewind. And boy, when it gets cold and these cords get stiff, it's nice to have that rewind. We also have our crossover and surge protector in here. And I like the fact that Renegade gives you the little dog bone to go from 50 to 30 amp. Okay, as we step around back, first I'll talk about this back cap because I really like it. It's a two-piece molded cap. So from here up, one piece molded, great look on the back. You can see your camera up there, bright LED tail lights and blinkers. And then your bottom is a separate molded cap. The nice thing about that, if you back into a ball yard or something at a gas station or do a little damage here, you don't have to replace the whole cap. You can just replace this bottom section. You can see it comes with a heavy-duty hitch. This is a 20,000 pound rated hitch. You do get a 2-inch ball and a 2 5/8 inch ball right there. You can see we've got our 7-way plug. And we also have a connection for another camera. This is our Voyager camera. Maybe you've got a stacker trailer or a horse trailer where you've got a camera inside. Keep an eye on them. You can toggle back and forth in the cab to which camera you want to be looking at. Okay, let's move down on the passenger side. Now I left this slide out intentionally because it's not in my way. I'm not in too much danger of banging my head on it, and I can get into my compartment doors pretty easily. You can see we just got a couple of storage compartments here. This one actually goes under your chassis rail quite a ways. So if you've got maybe a longer camp table you take along, or a bunch of camping chairs, they'll all fit under there. Maybe you want to take one of those collapsible ladders. These don't come with a rear ladder, but you can get one of the little giants and they fit under there just great. We move up to the middle, a couple of more storage compartments, and I like the fact that this is open. There's no wall in between them, so if you've got longer items, you can get a lot of stuff in here. We also have these travel bars. Now, generally, people don't use these. Renegade recommends that you use them when you're in travel, especially, you know, maybe you're on a real bumpy gravel road or off pavement and, you know, worried about your slides jiggling out a little bit. You can put those travel bars in, but they come to us from the factory just like that. So they don't even use them, you know, when they're shipping them out here to us. And then we also have a 50-foot air hose. You can tie into your air compressor. That was actually on the other side. I didn't point it out, but you've got 50 foot of air hose there. So, you know, if you're towing your Jeep, you're over in Moab and gonna do a gnarly trail, maybe you wanna let the air out of your tires a little bit. When you get back and you're ready to air them up, you've got the hose right there. We also get a outside TV here with the sound bar. And one of the things I like to show you, and I talk about the Vega touch system, and I'm trying to reconnect right now. I'll bring this awning out for you. You do have a nice Girard awning up there, and today it's kind of windy, so every time I bring it out, it tends to shut itself. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, extend that a little way so you can see that Girard awning. It's got LED lights underneath it, and like I say, this is motion censored, so as that wind picks up and it starts bouncing, it's gonna close itself, so you don't have to worry about doing any damage to your awning. And it comes out here about 8 foot. I think that's all I'm gonna run it out for right now, and most likely it's gonna shut itself in a few minutes. Okay, let's take a look inside here. Why don't you go ahead, and I left the front slide in so you can see what it's like when you travel. So there's plenty of room here to get through to your refrigerator, to your bathroom, all the way back into the bedroom. Even if you have bigger dogs, the Shepherds and the Labradors and stuff, they have room to roam through here without being pinched too tight or having an awkward space for them. And then when you are ready to put your slides out, let me see, there we go. I'll run this front slide out. One of the nice things about this app is if you're by yourself, maybe you've got, you know, a rock or a tree right there, or you're at a rest stop and there's an 18-wheeler real close to you, you can walk outside and watch that slide go out so you know you're not hitting anything. It goes out very easily. All of the Vega Touch information you can download right here. Renegade does use the Firefly system. And let me just show you the main panel right up here. Of course, when I come in here to pair it, I just hit my settings and it takes me to this page where I search for the unit, or this is the unit number and the code, and then I search for it on my phone. Once I find it, I put the code in, pairs my phone to the Vega Touch or to the Firefly system. This is our main panel for the Firefly. So you can see we've got the master on off for all of your lights. You got the slide outs here. Same controls that I have on my phone for the most part. So your slide, your awning, you've got fantastic fans in your bathroom. This is, you've got 2 zones for heating and cooling. So you set your temperature there, turn your aqua hot on or your air conditioner on, whatever you need. Right here is where we would start our generator. And then again, we have separate light controls throughout. So you've got a couple of these main panels in the coach, and then several smaller ones for the lights that I'll point out as we go on. As long as we're right here, let's start in the kitchen area and talk about the floor plan a little bit. first of all, our main TV is right here, and that does pull out. There we go. And we'll kind of articulate for you. Nice 41-inch TV with a sound bar there. Next to that, we've got some cabinet storage up above the kitchen. You can see all your owner's manuals and so forth. Next to that, we've got another large storage area above the microwave. This is a convection microwave, a rather large one, big enough to bake a chicken if you want. You can do your cookies in there. I think most people use them for popcorn or just heating up their soup or coffee if they need to. We do have day-night shades throughout the coach. They are manual. Here we've got a very large undermount sink. Stainless steel undermount sink. It's very easy to keep things clean, wipe it down into your sink. You've got a residential sprayer here. And this is an all-electric coach. There's no propane at all on this one. So what you get for a cooktop is an induction stove. Now, true induction, any metallic pan will work. Anything that a magnet will stick to will work with this induction, and that would include your cast iron. And it's kind of unique. I've seen a demonstration where somebody took a newspaper, placed it over their burner, put the pan on it, cooked their bacon, let it splatter around. When they're done, they take the pan off, fold the paper up, throw it away. Doesn't get hot. It just heats the pan itself. So it's a unique cooking situation there. You kind of have to get used to the induction a little bit if you normally cook over propane. But by having the induction cook surface, the residential refrigerator, the lithium batteries, it eliminates the need for propane on this coach. Okay, down below we've got a little pull-out section here. Pantry section, I suppose you could call it. And if you notice underneath, you got some storage, but you also get a little cutting board here, and you know, you can hook this in and have some extra counter space. I don't have that. There we go. So when you're prepping food, it's nice to have that extra cutting board, and it stores away neatly right here. And while it's in, you could use this maybe to hang towels or something like that. Over here we've got a nice pull-out drawer. You get a little slide lube there. Your 4-color paint job, you get touch-up paint for all of that. Water filter, and your TV remotes. Under here you've got a place for your trash can. And here we've got 3 full pull-out drawers. And get a shot of the side of these. You can see the dovetail joints, how thick these drawers are. They're very well made, very sturdy, and they all have the soft close feature right there. Next to that, we get a little pantry space with adjustable shelves. And below that, we have our 12-volt fuses, and we've got our 110 circuit breakers here. It labels everything right there. Also tells you up here what all your fuses are for. You've got a couple of nice phone numbers too for customer service. If you need to get a hold of their parts department, road assist, everything's right there if you need to get a hold of somebody. Okay, here's it's roughly an 18-foot residential Samsung refrigerator. Then down below, you got some nice freezer storage. Now the blue in there, there's an ice maker, and we've got things winterized, so that's kind of dripping down. That's the color of our antifreeze this year. But again, these residential refrigerators, they don't draw a lot of power. They're not a big drain on your battery system. And they're much larger than the old propane ones you used to get. And this, it's got a magnet on there, but it's a little safety latch. So when you're going down the road, your refrigerator's not flying open. Okay, up above. What these are, this is our over-the-air TV antenna. That's your signal booster right there. But you do have some extra room for storage. This is also equipped with the Wi-Fi system. So once you, I think this is the Wi-Fi Everest, I believe. I'll have to double check on that. But once you have the service, you know, you can use your internet while you're traveling, so long as you have a signal. Across from the kitchen, we've got our dinette area. I like this right here. Give you a couple of cup holders, a place to store your cards if you're, you know, a card player. And this is a convertible dinette. It will drop down, rest on these cleats. You've got cushions that will fill in, so you get an extra sleeper right here. And let's see, we've got a nice full pull-out drawer. This is one of the cushions that go in there. And on this side of the dinette, you can see underneath, we've got a couple of seat belts there. And generally those seat belts are just on the forward-facing ones. Yeah, we don't have any over here. But you do get another pull-out drawer, and there's your other cushion for making the bed, or making the dinette into a bed. Overhead, nice open cabinets, a lot of storage in there. And these are all solid wood cabinets. There's no wrap styles in here. Renegade does a great job with their interiors and their cabinetry. I like the hidden hinges, great looking hardware. This side, same thing. Open cabinets. Here is one of our smaller Firefly panels if I want to put my sconce light on, dinette light, and the slide, got light switches there. Again, the day-night shades, and you do have functioning windows. It's nice when it's raining, you can open these, still get some air circulation coming through. So all of the windows are functioning windows. Here we've got the theater seating, and these are actually extremely comfortable. Let me go ahead and run this out. So right across from the TV, great spot here. You've got lights on your cup holders, and one of the things about those lights, there are heaters in these seats. So when I turn the heater on, you notice that turned purple to let you know that the heater is on. And then this is also a massager. You've got 3 different settings, and I can feel it vibrating on my back. So after a hard day of skiing or out dirt bike riding or something, it's nice to relax. And then shuts down very easily. And you do have seat belts here, so you can seat belt in actually 6 people in this coach. Okay, let's move back into the bathroom area next. Now, as we head back, first thing I'll point out is you do get the optional stackable washer dryer there. This is the Splendide, pretty common. I mean, it's what most manufacturers are using. And it's nice that they mount them separately. Some of them have a rack and they mount them one on top of the other. But I like having this shelf. And if you chose not to get this option, you'd have an extra wardrobe storage here. Okay, and then next to the washer dryer, we've got our sink. You can see we've got one more of the larger Firefly panels. And you can control everything there. Large medicine cabinet. And great Korean style countertops here. A little bit more storage. And then across from your sink is your bathroom. Now this is a porcelain macerator toilet. You can see again the blue antifreeze in there. So the macerator toilet kind of chews up the solid waste like a garbage disposal. So it makes it easier to completely empty your black tank. And then a radius shower. And I will step in here just to show you how much room you've got. Now I'm only about 5'8", but you know, if you're 6'2", 6'4", you've got plenty of room to get in here and take a shower. You know, plenty of elbow space. This is only a 36-foot coach. Overall, bumper to bumper is 36 feet, 11 inches. So, you know, some of the larger ones will get bigger showers, but this certainly is sufficient. And we also have a little bit of more storage up above. You can see we've got a fantastic fan there. Those draw a lot of air through it. You know, in the summertime, maybe you're going out for a hike, you're leaving a pet inside, you can crack some of your windows, turn that on, and it'll make a nice breeze in here for your pets. As we come back into the bedroom, we do have a nice solid pocket door here. And this is a real solid door. It's not, you know, one of the interior hollow type doors. Okay, come on back in here. Let me open up the storage cabinets you've got beside the bed. Now those are adjustable shelves. And if you look on each side, you've got some 110 outlets, you've got some USB, some USCs right there on both sides of the bed. If you have a sleep machine, you know, you may be able to put it on this pedestal if it will fit. And then again, an open cabinet all the way through. You do have another 110 plug there. This is a king bed, and it's an RV king. So basically that means it's 76 in length by 72 in width. It's not as large as your residential king beds. And then up here we've got another one of our Firefly panels. And from this one, if I've got my generator on, I can shut it off right here, can start it right there. We've got our reading lights. You got a couple of switches for that actually. Water pump, ceiling lights, you can access them all from right here while you're laying in bed. And then speaking of the bed, let's pop this up and take a look. So this is another thing I really like about the Renegades. They have two 75-gallon water tanks, little rod there to prop it up for you. So having your water tanks inside, it eliminates the worry about freeze-ups. And all of your plumbing runs within the interior of the coach, so there's nothing hanging down by the chassis rails that you need to worry about. Your water pump is right here. You can see here's your winterization hose and a little bit of antifreeze still down in there. If you are the type of person that's going to do that yourself, it's easy to access. Your main drain is right here, so with the two 75-gallon tanks, you've got a big enough drain. It's like a 2-inch drain that it's not going to take forever. A lot of companies still use that 3/4-inch water line as a drain. And to drain, you know, 100 gallons of water through a 3/4-inch line, that could take you a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes or more. This will drain rather quickly when it's time. And just being able to access everything, shut it off, you know, when it's time to winterize it. You put this into your antifreeze, gallon of antifreeze, turn your pump on, and you turn each faucet on one at a time to pump it through. So it's quite an easy process. And of course we do that here, but you know, if you're mechanical at all, you could winterize your own coach. I do mine in about 15 or 20 minutes. Across from the bed, we've got our wardrobe area. So on each side, we get a shirt closet, 4 full pull-out drawers. And again, these all have the soft close feature. In the middle here, you got 2 extra large drawers. Another smaller one here. And then this is for video components. You know, this does come with a satellite dish if you want to put your satellite box in here, maybe a gaming system or a Blu-ray player or something. They've got the cables in here all set up for you. Bedroom does get a 31-inch TV right here. And again, day-night shades throughout. And this is your egress window if there's an emergency. And on this side, you get the same thing. Another shirt closet with 4 full pull-out drawers. And again, this is the Verona 36 VSB by Renegade. I guess we're done back here. Let's walk up to the cab area and let me talk about that a little bit. You can see how wide open this is with the slide open. Plenty of room for, you know, a couple of people, but if you've got a family, you have kids, they're gonna bring guests, you can sleep up to 6 people in this with the dinette and the overhead sleeper here. So let's go ahead and show you that overhead sleeper. I like the fact that it kind of gets out of your way when you're driving, so you don't have to worry about banging your head. And let's see. Oh, here's sort of a new feature. They have the different ladder this year, a collapsible ladder for you. I'm just going to set that right there for now. This comes out. Very easy to convert this to a sleeper. And it is a queen bed size up here. One of the things you can see is that overhead skylight there. And your controls for that are right here. So maybe it's time to go to bed, you want to shut that down, or maybe in the middle of the day, the sun's beating in, you close that. We also have some accent lights over here in our cubby hole. And again, we have 110 outlets, USB, USB-C right there. We can control our bunk lights, our ceiling lights throughout the coach. And we also have another all light on and all light off switch right here. Over on the other end, we have a, this looks like a 19-inch TV. And then when it's time to drive again, you just kind of slide one over the other here, push that back, makes it easy to get into the cab area. Okay, let's go over the dash a little bit, and I gotta lower this. These air ride seats are nice. It makes for a very comfortable ride. Let me go ahead and fire this up. Now, that beeping you're hearing is our levelers, and I'll just go ahead and hit all retract. Shut that off and stop the beeping. Okay, so this is our backup monitor, our camera. Let me see, let's get in here, go to our tools, and into our camera. And you can see we've got, oh, I think I just shut that off. By the way, this does come off once it's charged. The passenger can use it. Get this back on. Not quite sure what I did there. There we go. Agree. There we are. That shows you our 3 camera angles. We have one on each side. When you turn your blinker on, you would see down that side. Usually you're going to have it on the backup camera, the rear view camera. Let's get back into, we've got our navigation here. So if you just want to view the map, you can see where you are. If you want to program in a destination, look for campgrounds, get a traffic report, all right here. This is a nice feature, your vehicle profile. You can put in the height, the length of this, and as you're navigating, it'll only take you on roads that you have enough clearance. It's not going to take you down a road that maybe has a low overhead on the bridge. So again, this is a nice little feature that you can take it off, the passenger can use it, maybe do the navigating for you, change your radio station, stuff like that. This is our levelers, our auto 4-point levelers. And when you get to where you're going and it's time to level, all you have to do is hit auto level and it does it completely on its own. Little gauge here to keep an eye on your transmission temperature. Over here, we've got our emergency flashers. We do have some cab lights. We have a light down below in the footwell that you can turn on and off. You've got the Detroit Assurance Package. That's what this is here. You've got the blind spot monitoring, the lane assist, the collision avoidance, and the active brake control. You might want to turn your active brake assist off. You can shut that off right there. Down here we've got our lane departure warning. Now that gives you a beep every time you cross the lane line, so you might want to shut that off. But if you do have your blinker on and are crossing that line, it won't give you a warning. This is an override for your engine shutdown. You do have some docking lights outside. This is where you would toggle back and forth between your main camera in the back of the coach, or maybe your trailer camera if you're towing a stacker trailer. We do have a differential lock, so if you're on slippery conditions, you can lock that in place. Suspension dump. This is a nice feature when you're backing up into a trailer. You hit it once, it's gonna lower you. In fact, I can feel it lowering right now. Once you hit it again with the engine on, air in your compressor, it's going to air you back up. We just went all the way down to the ground there. So if I start this back up, you see it went off. Now we're airing up our rear airbags. Okay, and then on the wheel here, you've got controls on both sides. So if you Bluetooth your phone in, this is where you're going to answer it right here. Your cruise control. Cruise control is basically always on. So you're setting it or resuming it or increasing the speed right here. You can scroll through. You can see up here on the dash, you've got a few different menus. Now over here on the left, if I want to go through my home screen, you get a few different options there. Go over to my driving assist. We can go to the TPMS system, and then you also have your diesel particulate filter. It tells you when the soot level is building up. Got some gauges there, gives you your temperatures. There's our diagnostics, tells you how long your engine has been running, the oil light filters and so forth right there. And then in your settings, you can change your dash brightness and your lighting and stuff like that. So those controls are all over here. Phone, cruise controller on the right, keeps your hands and your eyes forward. Also, our transmission is right here when we shift it on your column. Makes it easy to not have to look around, and the old Alison transmissions, you had to find that panel, and usually it was down on the right on a Class A or somewhere over here. I like having it right here at your fingertips. This is also where you would engage your engine brake. You have a manual and auto. You can, let's say you're coming downhill and you want to manually downshift, keep it in 4th gear or something, you would do that right here. Over on the other side is your blinkers, your lights, and so forth. Everything right at your fingertips, very easy. Nice digital dash, easy to read. Again, this is the M2 106 Plus. And the 106 Plus is this Detroit Assurance that includes that active braking, adaptive cruise control, lane assist, departure warning, things like that. So once again, my name's Mark Love. If you have any questions on this coach or any other ones, please reach out to me. You can call or text at 970-631-0083 or email me at mlove.com. And I guess that's all for today. Remember, it is election season, so vote early, vote often, and vote for Pedro. He's our only real choice. We'll see you all next week.